What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the special one. Former IBF welterweight world champion British superstar boxer, Special K, Kell Brook. He got the opportunity to finally fight his longtime rival, fellow countryman, two-division world champion, British superstar boxer, AMIR King Kong. This was long awaited. It's been talked about since 2015, and Kell Brook finally got the opportunity. Kell Brook is now 40 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 28 big wins by way of knockout. 3 times in his career, he was stopped and knocked out. He's 35 years of age, 5'9" with a 69-inch arm reach. Okay, so he got the opportunity finally to face off against Amir Khan, who is now 34 wins, 6 losses, no draw, 21 wins by way of knockout. He is 5 times in his career he was knocked out. 35 years of age, 5'8.5" with a 71-inch arm reach. Okay, so this took place this past Saturday in the UK, and Kell Brook, he got a 6-round stoppage victory over Amir Khan. Again, this was 7 years in the making, long overdue, but still it was very, very exciting. And in the United Kingdom, their fans, regardless of the record, regardless of the resume, regardless of the age, they always going to support their fighters in the sport of boxing like no other. The sport of boxing started in the UK. Okay, so with this victory, Kell Brook is not a title contender. Kell Brook is more so at this stage of his career. He's a test, maybe a gatekeeper, so to speak. You know, a test for the young fighters. He suffered 2 major injuries in his fight with Triple G when he dared to be great, jumped up 2 weight classes and challenged the middleweight champion and broke his orbital bone. Then 9 months later, he faces IBF mandatory challenger and now undefeated unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Earl the Truth Spence Jr. And Earl Spence broke his other orbital bone. So he suffered 2 major injuries. Then he ended up moving up to junior middleweight 154, campaigning there, had a few lackluster fights, you know, stay busy fights. Then he came back down to welterweight, challenged Terrence Crawford, and he was knocked out in the 4th round in the fight with Terrence Crawford. And then, as I stated, he finally got his fight with Amir Khan. Well, with that said, there's talks of another legend coming back to the ring, an icon, a Hall of Famer, a superstar, 5-division world champion, undefeated, pound for pound former king, still the pay-per-view king, the man known as Money, had 2 careers, Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather. That being 50-0, the man name is Money, Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., okay? Floyd Mayweather, obviously 50 wins, no losses, no draws, okay? Perfect, clean record, okay? So with that said, there's a lot of talks. Floyd Mayweather is supposed to do an exhibition February 26th in Dubai on a helipad, you know, against Money Kicks, okay? Who is a YouTube sensation. This was supposed to take place. Floyd Mayweather has recently been doing a few, you know, exhibitions. He did one with another YouTube sensation, Logan Paul. He did one with in Japan against Tenshi. You know, so he's making his rounds doing exhibition bouts. Okay, but with that said, you know, we heard that, you know, his longtime person that he's been a mentor to and looked up to, and she is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, a 3-division world champion, undisputed in 2 separate weight classes, that being none other than Clarissa T-Rex Shields. She weighed in and gave her thoughts on Floyd Mayweather, as she's seen him at 44 years of age and sparring, still training, things of that nature. And she stated that Floyd Mayweather, you know, is still very sharp. Okay, he finished his career 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 wins by way of knockout, 5'8" with a 72-inch arm reach. Okay, and so with that said, he's an orthodox fighter. Clarissa Shields, she, you know, long time been looking up to Floyd Mayweather, and she stated that she witnessed him in training, and that, you know, he looked absolutely spectacular, and she still feels like he could beat everybody from 147 to 154. Okay, and then you had his new trainer. Obviously, his former trainer was his uncle, the late great legendary iconic, the Black Mamba in boxing, Roger Mayweather. You know, he obviously transitioned. He was his longtime trainer behind his dad, you know, Floyd Mayweather Sr., obviously, okay? So now Floyd Mayweather, he has a new pad man. His name is GT. Gerald, Big Gerald GT the Great, okay? And he does the pad work. He helps train Floyd Mayweather. He helps train Floyd Mayweather get prepared for these exhibition bouts. And he stated that he would not be surprised at all, without a shadow of a doubt, Floyd Mayweather comes back and puts his record on the line one more time in another big fight, okay? And that, Floyd Mayweather, he still has it. He stated that he wouldn't be surprised he'd grace the squared circle and give the fans what they want to see, him in a fight that is actually, gonna go against his ranking system, okay? A fight where, it's gonna count. So he's gonna put his unblemished resume on the line one more time, is what he stated. And he stated this, obviously he's in sparring, he's in training, he's running with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's running 5 and 6, but anywhere 5 to 6 miles a day. He's still sparring, as Clarissa Shields said, he's sparring young champions, up and coming fighters, and he's still dominating. He had a sparring partner that stated that he sparred Gervonta Tank Davis and he sparred Floyd Mayweather, and he said Floyd Mayweather is still quicker, sharper, and hit just as hard as Gervonta Tank Davis, and is slicker. Okay, so you have a lot of people still holding high praise for Floyd Mayweather. And obviously, like I stated, Floyd Mayweather is somebody who is born and raised in a gym. He doesn't know any different. Okay, that's all he knows essentially. Okay, and so Floyd Mayweather is fully committed still at the tender age of 44. He's still fully committed to his body. He's still fully committed to training. He's still very disciplined. He always lives by the slogan, stay ready just so you don't have to get ready. And the last time he had an official boxing match was back in September of 2015, 7 years ago, when he took on Andre Berto. Now, he did after that. He came back in 2017, August of 2017. He fought against UFC legendary iconic sensation Conor McGregor. He got a TKO, 10th round TKO victory over him. He beat Andre Berto, unanimous decision, and prior to that, he had beat Manny Pacquiao. So it's been 7 years since Floyd Mayweather has truly seen real action when it counts against his record. Okay, again, now we know he took on Tenchi, Japanese fighter, in an exhibition bout. We know he took on Logan Paul in an exhibition bout, and we know he was scheduled February 26th to take on an exhibition bout against Money Kicks in Dubai on the helipad. So with that said, Money Kicks pulled out the fight, so we don't know what's going to take place next for Floyd Mayweather. But many people, they started to speculate, and they started to question and say, what about Floyd Mayweather going to the UK? You have a lot of fans that brag about the sport of boxing in the UK, how the UK supports the sport of boxing. And Floyd Mayweather is a huge phenomenon globally. He's a global superstar, okay? What about Floyd Mayweather versus Kell Brook in the UK, okay? That's a fight that, is not to slight Kell Brook, but it's not so risky. He's not, Kell Brook is not at the top of his game. Kell Brook is not, very athletic. Kell Brook is big, he's strong, he's technically skilled, he has power, but Kell Brook is not the most flea-footed guy, not the most elusive guy. And Kell Brook is coming off of the biggest win, one of the biggest wins in his career. Okay, his name is buzzing right now. Okay, and Kell Brook is 35. Okay, so he's not the youngest guy. He's not Jerron Boots Ennis, 24 years old. He's not even Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford at 34. Terrence Crawford is a young 34 compared to Kell Brook. Okay, Errol Spence is 31 years of age. But this would make sense for both guys, right? It's a huge payday, a huge opportunity for Kell Brook to step in the ring with a legend, an icon like Floyd Mayweather. And it's a huge opportunity for him. And for Floyd Mayweather, this is a fight that is a guy that is a very winnable fight, even at 44. Floyd Mayweather can still control the pace of the fight because Kell Brook is not a very active fighter, okay? He'll press the fight. He's big, he's strong, but he's not very flea-footed, and he's not very quick. He's not the most athletic guy. So Floyd Mayweather still, I believe, is quicker, more flea-footed, more fluid. Even at 44, he can pace himself. This is a fight he very well could win with his counterpunch ability, and it's still risky. It's a fight at 44 years of age for Floyd Mayweather where people can't frown their face and say, oh, you didn't fight a nobody, okay? Kell Brook right now, if you put him when Andre Berto fought Floyd Mayweather in 2015, if you put Andre Berto in the ring with Kell Brook may beat Andre Berto, okay? We saw him still, have good timing, good power. He stopped Amir Khan. Amir Khan still has quick hands, quick feet, but Amir Khan is nowhere near the boxer and the ring IQ of Floyd Mayweather, okay? And Floyd Mayweather has a great chin. So this is a fight that Floyd Mayweather could have over in the UK. Let's say Floyd Mayweather was featured over in the UK. He goes to the UK. That's a huge pay-per-view event. He can charge his normal pay-per-view here in the States. And they're going to put it on pay-per-view in the UK. Everybody would tune in. He could sell out Wembley Stadium. Floyd Mayweather versus Kell Brook would absolutely sell out Wembley Stadium, okay? And again, at 44, this is a great winnable fight for Floyd Mayweather, and it would be an official 50-0 victory, because you have a lot of people that complain and they state, well, he didn't actually beat an official boxer. Conor McGregor doesn't have any professional fights when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He's just a combat athlete. Well, this is a fight where Floyd Mayweather takes his talents to the UK. He's such a legend, such an icon. They're not going to jerk Floyd Mayweather on the scorecards, not against Kell Brook, So against an upcoming, rising, possible future Hall of Famer, possible future world champion, superstar, you could be very concerned about the scorecards. But when it's Kell Brook and Floyd Mayweather, he'll clearly win the fight, in my opinion. He still is, like they said, he's still inspiring, still dominating his opposition. But this is a fight where he can control the pace of the fight, okay? Get back in the ring, get his feet wet, perform in front of the UK fans. It would be absolutely enormous. On the flip side, do I think it'll happen? No. I don't think that the money is there. I don't think that what Floyd Mayweather is looking for, the money just is not going to be there. There's going to be so many people that will be vying for it. Now, maybe if it took place overseas, maybe in Dubai, in Saudi, maybe they'll look for, the money they'll pay, put up $100-200 million for the fight. Maybe that could be possible, but I think this would be the perfect situation for Floyd Mayweather to get back in the ring against an opponent who's coming off of a big win, and name is buzzing. Okay. Now we all know Kell Brook is not the Kell Brook that beat Sean Porter and fought Errol Spence and Triple G. We all know that, but this is still somebody that Floyd Mayweather hasn't fought an official boxing match in 7 years. Okay. Floyd Mayweather is 44 years of age. So this is still somebody who's risky for Floyd. It's just enough risk against his, anything could happen. He could get clipped with one punch, but it would be exciting just to see him in the ring with somebody who's still, has a little bit left in the tank. And, and then if in the future, if he wants to fight one more time, then you see him fight against a champion or something of that magnitude. But I think that this would be this would make the most sense, in my opinion, if he was to come back. I'm not saying that he is, but if he was to come back, this would make the most sense, in my opinion, outside of a fight against a rematch with Canelo Alvarez. That would garner for Floyd Mayweather to get $200, maybe even $250 million to fight Canelo Alvarez. But outside of that, I don't want to see Floyd Mayweather against Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford or Jaron Ennis or, hungry guys, Demetrius Andrade, Charlos, nothing of that magnitude. I would like to see him, though, in a ring with a guy like Kell Brook. I think that that's the perfect storm in the UK. I think that's the perfect situation. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to happen. So I know it's a lot of people, they've been hitting me up in my inbox saying, hey, what about Floyd fighting Kell Brook? Well, that's my thoughts on Floyd Mayweather fighting Kell Brook. I think it would be a beautiful situation. I think right now, the buzz about Kell Brook would be perfect for Floyd Mayweather coming back, but it absolutely will not happen. So that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.